Hi, and welcome back to Tech Talk. I'm Ken Mingus, Executive Editor, Computer World. I'm here with Michael Simon from Macworld, PC World.
Hello.
It's that time of the year again. We're looking at technology and our wish list and what we want and maybe what's available and what's not. So stick around. So, Mike, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So I think what we should do when we talk about tech wish lists for the year, maybe think about something that is truly a wish. It's not available now, but you want it really badly. And maybe
I have a lot of those.
I'm sure you do. and maybe something that actually is available now that hopefully some loved one or someone will provide for you over the holiday season in some way. So I was going to go first and talk about what I really hope is on the wish list for 2020. So this is at least a year out, or almost a year out. Would be the mythical 5G iPhone.
Yes.
And that's
everybody wants 5G.
Well, everybody wants. We've been talking about this, and I know that the carriers are still rolling this out, and that 5G networking, real, truly 5G networks may not be available right away.
Yeah, you might get a 5G iPhone in September of next year.
Yep.
Take it home.
Yep.
Turn it on. Activate your network. Pay extra.
Yep.
And still get LTE.
Yeah, but you're future-proofing, of course. Yes, exactly.
Future-proofing for the person who buys a new phone every year.
But this way I may not have to buy a new phone in 2021.
But you know you will.
No, everybody says that. I don't know why. People are so cynical these days.
Is that cynical? We're just playing the odds here.
Nonetheless, I am excited about 5G because of the obviously the speeds, the download speeds, the sort of the way that you will have theoretically more access in crowded areas like Manhattan.
Absolutely, that's the big one
like
for
that.
me is that when you go to like a sporting event,
and everybody's on.
Everyone's on, and if you have Verizon, there's a lot of people. 50% of the stadium is using it. It grinds to basically a halt. Yeah. You can't send text messages. You can't browse the net. You can't look at whatever you're looking at because it's just the network just gets jammed. Yeah. And with this ultra wideband that 5G brings, that should alleviate that problem significantly.
At least for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure at some point it's just like every highway. You expand,
Absolutely.
and the more you expand, the more cars you get.
But it's closer to broadband, like cable.
Yeah,
like if your whole block has Verizon FiOS, your signal isn't degraded.
Which mine does. Yes.
Yeah, I mean you're getting the same as your neighbor and the neighbor and the neighbor, because that's the way it works. Yeah. Whereas in the old days with DSL. As you connected more things, and it got a little bit slower each time.
Well, didn't you do some testing of this, of 5G?
I did.
Yeah.
I tested the Note 10 5G in Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah. And all right. There's two kinds of 5G.
Warn me away. Tell me why this shouldn't be on my tech list. I'm all ears.
Well, I'm not. I'm actually gonna advocate for it. Okay. Because what I tested was Verizon's millimeter wave network.
Okay.
So what millimeter wave is this is literally being built from the ground up. They have to bring in towers, little tiny towers that go on telephone poles in buildings or wherever else.
Okay.
And they beam this 5G signal to your phone.
Okay.
So when your city gets Verizon 5G as it stands now, it's literally like blocks.
It's
not
specific.
miles. It's not
that specific. Okay.
Right. So I tested in Providence. It was one street.
Okay.
Called Thayer Street, if anyone knows Providence, Rhode Island.
That's near Brown University.
Yeah, it's a hopping place. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Now, I was one of two people using it.
Okay.
So the speeds were astronomical. I got up to 1.6 gigs a second at one point.
I like that.
I downloaded a movie in like a second.
I love the smell of speed in the morning. Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible. However, if I turned a corner, I lost it. If I turned around, I lost it.
Okay.
Because millimeter wave has problems going through buildings, going through windows, going through walls, going through people.
Yeah.
When it rains, it's an issue.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of problems
Maybe this
with
whole
millimeter
5G
wave.
thing isn't what I expected to be cracked up to be.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
That is like the ultimate extreme 5G.
Yeah.
Verizon is basically doing the hard part first.
Okay.
So what that's going to do, that's going to kind of fill in the, not so much the blanks, but fill in like where you would need it most. Like, for example, at our homes.
Yeah.
We have 250 megabits a second. We walk outside, we have 30.
Yeah. I've got Wi-Fi and a broadband connection at home. I don't really need it in the house.
Exactly right. and also buildings, and Verizon's starting to roll these things out to NFL stadiums. So like
Smart.
targeted places where you would want those speeds,
Yeah.
you're going to get them. And of course, major cities, major like museums, things like this.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of the country, and we saw this a few weeks ago, T-Mobile rolled out their nationwide 5G, the first carrier to roll out like
Is it
anything
true 5G? It's not
resembling-
like that AT&T 5GE
well,
thing, is
in
it?
the sense that it's using the 600 megahertz spectrum.
Okay.
So it is a dedicated 5G
Okay.
spectrum. The speeds aren't millimeter wave. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's like a max of 400 megabits per second,
Which is
still pretty damn
I'd
good.
be fine with that for now.
Yeah, I mean, for comparison, LTE generally gets between 30 and 40.
I was gonna say 30
on
is
like
usually-
a good. Yeah, you can
if
get
you're
that.
really
That can
good.
go much lower.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot higher.
So you're talking 10 times the speed.
Yeah. So
For the lesser of the 5Gs.
for the lesser of the 5G and the one that should reach everybody. Well, I mean, that's a quote everybody.
A large
Major
portion,
cities
yeah.
is the big one. Rural, some places are still waiting for 4G. So
Right.
there are issues with deployment, of course, and it's the carriers focus on where the population is.
Right,
So
of
major
course.
cities go first,
Go where
and
the
then
people are.
right.
Yeah.
But when we talk about 5G speeds of 2 gigs a second, that's not going to
Okay,
be.
I don't
That's
expect
not
that.
realistic.
Right. I would like a perceptible increase in speed, even if it's not.
Which we're going to get.
wanted.
And by this time next year, depending on your network, it could very well happen. T-Mobile and Sprint are merging for
Yeah,
one,
right.
or maybe are merging. We'll see how that all shakes out. But most likely that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. T-Mobile already has proof of that they're building
can
it
do
out.
it.
Sprint has a 2.5 gig spectrum that they put on pause, but was legitimately really good, gig plus speeds.
Okay.
So that's that. AT&T has their own thing that we haven't really seen what AT&T is doing yet, because they are focusing more on buildings like what Verizon's doing, but internally.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they also reach great speeds, and Verizon, as I tested, 1.6 to 2 gigs. So the idea that 5G will blow away LTE is a correct notion.
But it won't do it right away.
But it might. By this time next year,
There'll be enough.
if Verizon
Carrier
rolls
support.
out a sub 6 gig spectrum,
Yeah.
which is the other, so there's millimeter wave and sub 6 gig.
Yeah.
If they roll that out plus millimeter wave, I mean that's really good.
Okay.
And then it'll get better as it goes on. If that doesn't happen, that's the problem.
So my final question for this wish list item is: do we assume we think the iPhone will have 5G?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I think it'll be relegated to the Pro models.
Okay. Well,
I hope they don't.
gee, I wonder if I'll get a Pro model. I think I might.
I hope they don't gouge, in the sense that I hope it's still.
I wonder if I'll get gouged. I think I might. Yeah.
I mean, they're already gouging.
I want my 5G.
But I hope they don't say that it starts at 1,100 and goes to 1,200 now. Like, I hope they keep the prices. Samsung. I'm trying to think of what other phones. There's an LG phone, and what. I don't want to get into it, but they're more expensive.
They'll be, yeah.
The 5G phones right now are the most expensive phones.
It's
you
a
can buy.
logical excuse for raising prices.
Yeah,
to
but
say
there's
now
also
with 5G.
there's also technical reasons why the phones have to be bigger, and
Yeah.
the batteries and all that other stuff. So they're higher end phones. That shouldn't be the case this time next year.
Okay.
They're coming out with better modems, stronger, wider networks, and all this other stuff. So 5G should go from fantasy to some semblance of reality.
Good.
By the time you want one.
By the time I want one.
Yeah.
All right. So on your wish list, something that you'd like really badly but may not be available yet.
All right, I'm going to go a completely opposite end of the spectrum. Here's what I want.
You want 1G.
And nothing to do with phones, even
Okay.
though that's what I cover.
Okay.
What I want is a
Drum
remote control that works with streaming.
Why do you want a remote? What?
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. What is
So,
that?
all right,
a remote
so-
control for your TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have at my house. I cut the cord
okay.
as the parlance goes.
Yeah.
So I have I had AT&T now. I just switched to Hulu now.
Okay.
Funny story. They just
I
raised the
did
price.
$55
Yeah.
a month. Yeah.
Literally,
all that.
the 2 days after I got I got DirecTV
So
now.
note to self: do not do what Michael is
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
because prices will go up.
Always.
Okay. all
I
right.
got DirecTV now. 2 days later, they sent me an email saying they were changing it and the prices were going up. So I moved it, and now I got
Hulu.
3 days later, they sent me an email saying the price was going to $55. Anyway, aside from that unfortunate
You've cut
business,
the cord to pay more.
So
for
I cut
Hulu.
the cord. So
Hulu.
I have Hulu.
Mhm.
I have Apple TV
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
I have Disney Plus.
Yep.
I have. Let me think. And all
Are
the,
you sure you're paying less than you would have if this is all bundled with the cable company?
Slightly.
Slightly.
I'm playing a little bit less.
$5 a month.
I didn't switch for price.
Okay.
I switched because I had all these damn services anyway.
Okay.
And I was paying for them on top of my cable.
Got it. Okay.
So I got rid of the cable, and my bill went down.
Yeah.
Yes, if you buy everything, you're going to be paying more than you would be with cable. But
Right.
the fun part of streaming
to
is
pick
that
and
you get
choose.
to pick and choose,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
better stream, better
Yep.
quality, and all that other stuff. But that's not what we're talking about.
So about this remote,
So I have a Harmony One Elite, whatever the hell it's called, which is like the cream of the crop. I paid $250 for it.
$250.
Yes.
That's very inexpensive for cream of the crop.
It is, well, it's a remote. All it does is change the
remote.
channels.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not a television.
I
This-
thought
this-
you were talking about the receiver.
No, this is just it's a remote control.
Remote. Okay.
And it's really good.
Does it have lighted buttons in the
It
dark?
does.
Okay.
Well, it has a touch screen and all that
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
Maybe not a touch screen.
touch screen?
It has a screen.
Okay.
No, it is a touch screen.
Okay.
It does. I do have a touch screen. My one in my bedroom is not a touch screen.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm a big remote guy.
Yeah.
I don't
Sounds
like
like
having I don't like having Apple TV remote and Google Chrome.
I've got
and,
4 sitting on the table next to
Most
my-
people do.
yeah.
I hate that.
Okay.
So I wanted one remote for my setup,
Yeah.
which is what I have.
Yeah.
But getting it to work with my streaming is a nightmare. For one, it doesn't support voice, so that's out.
Well, see, that
I
would be
can't
the
do-
unifying UI for something like that.
Right.
Really?
Of course
That
it
would be
yeah.
it.
And so that's out. The buttons are all out of whack. Like sometimes I had to press menu to go back. Sometimes I press stop. Sometimes I press down. Like it's always a mess.
Okay.
Each box is different. Apple TV versus Amazon versus Roku. They're all different. I have all of them.
You have Chromecast?
I do have a Chromecast.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's works more with the phone beam. Like I use that when I send a
to your
movie from my
phone,
phone.
yeah.
So the remote's less of an issue, but that's annoying too.
Yeah.
Because I can't use the remote at all for that. So what I want, and there are companies that are trying to make this, but they're stymied by the fact that there's so many different apps.
Mm-hmm.
I want a remote, and I would pay $1,000 for this.
Okay, Apple.
to
The
come
iRemote.
out.
I think we've got an idea
Well, no,
here.
an Apple remote would just work with Apple stuff. I need it to work with everything. I want a remote where I can sit down like I do with my cable.
Yeah.
I have voice. I have. I press a button. Things go on. Things do what they're supposed to do. It's a logical.
It just works.
Yes. I press stop and things stop. I press pause and things pause.
Yeah.
And I want it to be simple. I don't want 8 million buttons. There's a company called Cavo. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I have been lusting over this thing now for years.
It's available now?
It's available now, and it's not that expensive. When it came out, it was hundreds of dollars. Now it's about, I think, $50.
Okay.
It doesn't do what I want. It doesn't deep integrate search. It doesn't work with every app. It doesn't work with everything, and it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's the fault of all these disparate apps that don't work or communicate or care. Apple doesn't care.
No.
They want me to use their stupid
They want you
Siri
to use
remote that I
Apple.
hate.
Yeah. Oh, I like the Siri remote.
Oh, stop it.
I do. I do. Anyway,
The-
this is your wish list,
The
not
Apple
mine.
TV remote you like?
Yeah.
I tried to. Come on.
I have no problem with that. That's one of the
No
4 on
problem.
the table next to me.
It's the
It
whole
works
thing's a
fine.
problem.
It works fine. Anyway,
So yeah,
Streaming
I want a universal remote that gives me the interface
That
that
works.
I need, that works, that
with all of your streaming
Yes.
options. Okay.
and I don't.
I don't know. That seems like it's a wild west out there. I think you're going to be waiting for that
I know.
remote
I
for
think
a
I'm
long time.
never. I don't think it's ever going to come out. I don't think Harmony is even trying anymore. I don't know if they ever did.
Well, I mean, just given how many of these streaming services are
Yeah.
coming online now. I mean, even if you design a remote that works with everything that's available now, it wouldn't.
And that's not
Disney
to speak
now
of the
and-
Disney app
Disney,
and
yeah.
all the like I use the Food Network app it works
Yeah.
in the sense that I can control my TV with the remote.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like I wanted to. And again, the voice control is gone, and the programming of the remote isn't how it should be because they're made for cable boxes and televisions.
right.
And I want so badly just someone to come out and say we fixed it.
We fixed it. We
Yeah.
solved that problem. Okay, so I think my wish list item, the
It's
5G
far
iPhone, is more likely to be
realistic.
real than this one. In terms of something that's actually available now that I would really like, I basically want your smart home setup because I've edged into smart home stuff. I've got a HomePod from Apple. I've got 2 or 3 Alexa devices from Amazon. I have a variety of apps and smart lights and Hue bulbs. And all of it kind of works to do some of the things that I want to do. And I can set the mood in the room and turn the lights off from the phone and have them come on when I'm away and I walk, drive in. But none of it feels unified. And in discussions you and I have had in the past about how you've got your smart home set up, yours just seems to just work. Back to that phrase.
I mean, the bigger.
What did you do and how do I get that?
I mean, it takes some.
What do I have to tell people to buy me for the holidays?
Yeah, I
to
mean,
get this
for
to work?
one, you need to buy things that work with one assistant. It's unfortunate.
All right.
Because particularly since you're an Apple guy,
Well, but I know
most
that
of the
no,
things
but this
don't work with HomeKit.
Apple doesn't work with it. Yeah. So which would you pick? Google, Amazon? I mean, who?
Alexa is my first and foremost.
Okay.
So I have the August smart lock.
Yep.
I have the Nest. Now the Nest stuff is it works, but it works better now with Google because they bought them.
Okay.
But it does work with Alexa. But the Nest stuff you don't really need to look at. I have the Ring stuff, which Amazon owns now, so that works really well. Hue lights work with everything.
Yeah, I like my Hue
Yeah.
lights. That's my favorite.
I
thing.
have the MyQ garage door opener,
I need a garage door opener.
which that works with the app too. That doesn't work with Alexa, oddly enough, even though it works with Amazon Key,
Yeah.
but doesn't work with Alexa.
Okay.
So I can't
That
ask
seems
it to.
kinda
Not
odd.
that I would necessarily need
Alexa,
to.
open the garage door.
Like I could just press the
Open
button.
the pod
you know.
doors, pod bay doors. Hal.
I
Yeah.
can't do that, Dave. But
I'm sorry, I can't do
so
that. Exactly.
so you need to look at particularly like plugs and things like
Yeah, Wemo.
like
you know,
you need to
I've got a
know
Wemo
that
plug.
it works with either Alexa or Google Assistant, which a lot of them work with both, some of them don't.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that what you're buying works with that. And then, once use the Alexa app.
Okay.
Forget
Just
about the
everything
the
goes through
disparate,
Alexa.
like
app.
you're going to need the individual apps
Yeah,
for
to
setups.
set 'em up, yeah.
But when you want to automate, you're going to have to set up routines
Yeah.
and things using the Alexa app.
Okay.
And that's like I said, it takes some doing, and then things break and plugs don't work, and it's a constant frustration.
Yeah.
In fact, my son, for whatever reason, so I have one of those dual plugs in my son's room, one for his TV, one for his desk light that he uses as a night light.
Yeah.
And for some reason, 2 weeks ago, so I have a thing that says I say Alexa, go to sleep,
Yeah.
and it turns off his lights, turns on his desk light, and turns on his humidifier and says "Good night, Gabriel."
Okay.
And it's been doing that.
That's really cool.
It's been doing that forever.
Okay.
For a year or however long I've had it. All of a sudden, it started to not turn on the light and turn on the television.
When technology goes bad.
Yeah, so every night I got to turn on the TV, turn on the light. So I switched it. So now it like I just
So now the
switched
TV
plug.
comes on and the light goes
Well,
out?
I switched it. Right, I switched it so now the routine turns on the TV, which really turns on the light. So there are issues.
Okay.
You
Maybe
have to
I'm getting
stay
ahead of myself with
constantly
this year's
stay on
wish
top of
list.
these
I may
things.
need to find something simpler, like a baseball and bat or something. It's like,
But I was talking to my wife the other day, and we had a thing where we were coming home, and I used the app to open the garage door, and I said to her, "I'm like, man, this is the coolest thing ever.
yeah.
Like
That's
when
what
it
I want.
works,
I want it
it's
to work.
awesome."
Okay. All right. So that's my reality-based tech wish list for this year. And you?
I'm going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum again.
Here we go.
Here's what I want.
Okay.
I want a Mac Pro, man.
What?
I want the
cheese grater Mac Pro?
The cheese
latest
grater
one?
Mac Pro, because listen, I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that power.
Yeah.
But I love
Do you want the monitor?
Of
too,
course.
right? Well, what about the stand?
Of course.
You got to get the stand.
I got to get all of
We're
it.
talking $10,000.
Yeah. No,
Ish.
I want all of it.
Okay.
Because I haven't had a Mac Tower since
I love the old Mac Towers. I had almost a
Yeah.
G3 and the G4.
I had the
and
power I want to say the
G5.
first Power Mac G5.
Was that the metal one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love those things.
Yeah,
The
right.
design
exactly.
on those was-
and
yes.
you could buy the clear door and see the
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
I don't think I had the cheese grater. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then I started buying iMac because they started to get too expensive, and I didn't need that kind of power. And then I got PowerBooks and all that stuff. But
Yeah. Okay.
man, I want that.
Well, the Mac Pro will be out or is out. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but
yeah.
obviously it's here. And that's the important thing.
And it starts at $5,000.
$49.99.
It's
It's practically,
it's a ridiculous amount of money. It's like a mortgage.
Yeah.
But
why do you want that?
I
know you should never
I don't
ask
know.
somebody why.
I honestly don't know. Like I don't need anything anywhere near that kind of processing.
Yeah.
I just want to put it on my desk and look at it.
Okay. That's perfectly appropriate.
I mean, it's just gorgeous. I mean, and there's a nostalgia element to it, and there's a high end element to it. Like it's the coolest computer I think Apple has ever designed.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want one. So if anyone wants to buy me a present,
so Mac Pro,
send me a $10,000 Apple.
And all I want is like a
please.
Nest doorbell. I'm easy to buy for this year. Great. Okay.
Get the Ring doorbell.
Well, we'll have to revisit this after the holidays and see who got closest to their to their gift of choice. Great. Okay.
Maybe I got a picture of the Mac Pro.
Okay, that we can do. Okay. Well, cool. Well, Michael, thank you for this very seasonal offering of Tech Talk. Thanks for watching. For now, that's a wrap.